Okay, and then finally, where we see some problems is in safety. Just general safety of starting the swing and finishing the swing with integrity, so we're not putting our bodies at risk unnecessarily in the beginning or the end. So oftentimes we see people sometimes, in general, want to grab the bell and we're going to do a set of swings. We'll just grab it, pick it up, and just hunch over and start swinging, and then finally get to the right position by the end. So we don't want to just stand up and grab it and start swinging, or just grab the bell and start swinging from this position here. We want to set ourselves up in the most biomechanically optimal position, which is already into a proper swing start position, and then just load the bell into that perfectly set up position so that we're in a position of support and structure, and also a position where we can really then begin the swing most efficiently. So Christine is going to come up and demonstrate that positioning while I yak about it. So notice she angles the bell so that the bell is aligned into her arms, and the bell's out in front so that she can actually put some energy into it to get it to connect back to her body to get started. If she doesn't start like this, she can't really throw the bell back enough up under the hips to get the first swing started, to get it started efficiently. Notice her position here is almost identical to what the backswing will look like. She's a little more bent forward and over than she will be in the actual kettlebell swing, but generally it's the same position. Knees are out, knees are bent but not over the toes. The angle in the hips is pretty good. The back is at least flat and straight. And then she'll just demonstrate hiking it back and putting it on the floor. This is how we want to start the swing safely. And go ahead. Notice how the torso came up just a little bit each time to get her into the right position. Notice her weight shift back into her hips. She's storing the bell's energy into her legs, into her hips, holding her torso position correctly. This in and of itself, go ahead and rest that, Christine, is an exercise or a drill that's actually fatigue. It takes some energy to do that because you have to support your own spine. You have to maintain the integrity in your legs while pulling that bell back each time. That's important. A lot of people really struggle with being able to do that. And then they have a really bad first one or two swings, and then 3, 4, and 5, they kick into the right stuff. And during this first one or two, they're exposing themselves to unnecessary risk for injury because their body's not in a good optimal position and they're not loading the bell into their body optimally. So again, now, load it once, load it twice, and then load it on the third time, do like 3 or 4 swings. So you can see that her first swing is really set up by how well she loads this bell into her body. She's going to set up with a lot of integrity. She's going to approach the bell with a sense of intent on having a good swing. Not just walk up to it any old way. She's going to set up, get strong, get stable, get aligned, get the position really sharp, and then hike it, and she'll put it down. Just to practice. On the third one, she's going to use that and watch her swing come out really sharp because of that. Good. Now, she can also, just if people really struggle with that first one, they just can't load it right, they're having trouble, they can just do one swing and put it down at a time. And Christine's going to demonstrate one swing, put it down, one swing, put it down. Also known sometimes as the power swing. And one more. She just practices how to load correctly and use that loading to launch the bell correctly. Okay, and that's very important from safety. Unnecessary injury is something we want to avoid, obviously. And when you don't set up well, you can easily get injured because we're just not in good positions to start. Same when finishing. Anytime you finish a kettlebell swing, you want to finish it with the backswing going down, fully load the hips correctly, keep the spine stable and straight, and put it down, out in front of you. The same way you started. You want to finish exactly how you start. And notice that Christine will do 5 swings and finish exactly how she starts. She won't finish just by letting the energy stop. She'll actually take it back through her hips, into the proper hinge, and put it down. Go ahead and do 5 swings only. And notice that she finishes exactly like this. See how our setup is here? She's going to finish just like that. Notice she threw the bell back and then accelerated it forward. Just like any other good swing, the 5th one will look just like that, and then she'll put it down correctly by doing a backswing and out front, exactly how she started. That's important from not putting yourself at risk, especially at the end of a set. When you're fatigued, you're tired, you just did a lot of swings, and you're very tired, 10, 15 swings in, you want to make sure you don't expose yourself to unnecessary injury by letting your body degrade in technique and form and letting that bell just drop to the ground any old way, or stopping it between your legs, or stopping it out in front of you each time. Also notice that if I'm coaching her and I say, Christine, stop, we're done, she doesn't just stop, we're done right in the middle of where I said it. She finishes the swing she was on with integrity when she puts it down. So here, just do 5 again. I'm going to tell you to stop on the 5th one. All right, 5 swings. There's 1. There's 2, 3, there's 4. All right, stop. Notice she finished the swing and then put it down. She didn't stop right when I said stop mid-swing. She didn't get freaked out by that. You as a coach need to be very careful that you don't throw somebody off when you do that. If you do make a mistake like that. But at the same time, she is aware because you taught her well and told her enough times that you never ever stop the swing in the middle no matter what. You always finish with integrity. Even if it's a bad swing, even if your swing's not going so well, and the person says, okay, stop, we're going to put it down, you still want to finish with integrity. And I'm just going to demonstrate real quick, not finishing with integrity. So not finishing with integrity, oftentimes the person does a swing, this goes, and walks off with the bell like that. Or does her swing, goes back and pops it up and does something like that. That's just not smart and not safe. So we always want to finish, take the bell into the backswing, and then put it